All right, ladies and gentlemen, we about ready. We are about ready, I think. All right. So, home lineups will be up in just a second. As I wasn't quite ready for it with the changes, but we are ready for the first pitch, and that has already ended up better than the first game for SSG. Is That's a ball, but it is not a home run. No, Kim Gonu out on the mound for SSG, a swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. EJ Hyun again, the big leadoff home run on the first game, on game one, on the first pitch, the first time that has ever happened uh, on the first pitch. Also, I believe the second time that it's been in the this round of the playoffs. The first batter has hit a home run, and I think the fifth time, or maybe it was the seventh time, that it's ever happened in the KBO postseason. But it did happen. It's now 1-2 with 3:33 in this playoff for the shortstop, as the time is called. I'm still trying to get some of these the home team stuff adjusted and reset. They added the updated the lineups really late, and I wasn't able to get anything done, as that's going to be fouled straight back. Let's see. So Samsung basically with the exact same lineup as they did the other day, except Kim Hun Gon is playing left. Lee Sung Gyu is in center versus the other way, Kim Tae Hoon, who apparently just hit well against White, so he was in the lineup for that game, but that misses outside, and it's 2-2. And they SSG, lots of changes in their lineup, trying to get something. Honestly, they need a new hitting coach, as the 2-2 almost hits him there, and we had to go a whole entire bat before we could get ourselves our first full count, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, Daydream. Mass transit. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch, way, way outside of the zone. And that's out to number one on the strikeout. Oh, definitely a much better start so far for SSG. I would like to talk about something, and I'm going to talk about it, but not just yet. I want to talk about it at the bottom of this inning. And Kim Sung Yoon drops the bunt down, and he bunts it into the right hand of the catcher. Is Jo Hyung Woo. Jo Hyung Woo also caught in yesterday, or sorry, wins Thursday's game. It's been a lot of vacations and holidays and stuff in the Korea, so I keep forgetting what day it is. But it is Saturday. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch sets up way outside, and that time he loses the bats. Almost hit some SSG players over there in the first base dugouts. Hey, so because Doosan didn't make the playoffs, you're going to root for SSG. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up way outside once again, and just catches a stitch on the outside corner for strikeout number two, and outs number two. Two strikeouts already. Big difference in starts again. Couple things. This is a lefty on the mound. Samsung has a lot of lefties, and they do not particularly hit lefties well. So that is part of the reason why you got all the lefties here. Is Gujauk fouls that away. Gujauk 0 for the 0 for the playoffs. If Samsung wants any chance of being able to go deeper into this playoff, they've got to get something from him and Kang Min Ho. Both of them hitless so far, as that misses outside. Yeah, no 1-1. And that misses outside. All right, here we go. The 2-1 pitch. Low, and that's 3-1. He has walked plenty of times, Gujauk, but again, still looking for his first hit of this playoffs. And now what he's in game 4. And that's right down the middle for another full count. 3-2. Second full count of the day already for Samsung. 15 pitches now for Kim Gun-woo, not 16 like I have up there. Got a little happy with the buttons, as I'm trying to multitask here. Here comes the full counts pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeouts, strikeouts, strikeouts. In the top of the first, down goes the Samsung. We go to the bottom of the first. Huge first inning there. Very big difference between a solo shot and a couple runs to suddenly they've got themselves a starting pitcher on the mound. So lots of changes in as far as defensively goes and offensively for SSG. All right, I think I've got it all changed up. Yeah, a little bit better start, you could say. All right, I got the lineups. I have gotten them fixed, so. All right, Garabito out on the mound. So differences in the lineup. Chejong not in the fifth spot. He is now in the third spots. Who was in the third spots was Heredia, who's also moved up one spot to the second spot. Han Yu-sum is DHing and staying instead of playing right, staying in that same spot. Go Myung-jun up a spot. Choi Ji-hoon up a couple spots. Kim Sung-uk getting his first play in the game in this series, taking over in right field so Han Yu-sum can DH. The Golden Sombrero DHing is not in there, and Jung Joon Jae takes over at second base instead of An Sung Hyun or Hwan, who was playing seconds and batting seconds in the game, and then Jo Byung Woo over there at catcher batting ninth. He also was in the game on Thursday. Seattle did its bottom of the 15th. Who are they playing? Cleveland? And the first pitch is outside, ball one. Detroit. Okay. So what I was waiting on to talk about is Garabito's on the mound. First game. Okay. First game of the series, wild card series, Gerardo started. He lost. Foreign starter lost. Second wild card game, Logan started. Logan, foreign starter, lost. Game one of this series, Mitch White started. Foreign pitcher, lost. As that is fouled into the dirt. So this playoff has had 3 foreign starters, not counting today, and all 3 foreign starters have lost, despite that most of the time teams are expecting when their foreign starter pitches that it should be an easy win, or at least they should be in line for a win, not losing in the first inning. Yeah, no time for that, league. I had to get my teeth cleaned. I had to go to the dentist this morning. As the 2-2 misses low, and we've got for ourselves a full counts. First full count of the day for SSG. Full counts aplenty, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 3 full counts already today, and we've only had 3 outs. Not 2 there. All right, the 3-2 pitch sets up down the middle, and he pops that one, but gets out of play. Yeah, it's not fun though. Like, it feels great after you're done and you're like, okay, I'm done for a while. But man, I just don't like doing it. As the 3-2 is lifted into center field, and the center fielder over makes the catch on the lineup. 1 away. We go to the second batter. This time, Heredia. Yeah. And it also doesn't help that, even though I can speak Korean well enough to conversate with most people, doing medical stuff is still not convenient. Heredia, first pitch off the handle, right fielder under it, and 2 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's not how you get into a bullpen that has already been used in 3 games in the last week. That brings up at Shea Jung. And that misses low, ball 1. 1-0. We're going to have a massive pitcher's duel here. And another 1-0 in the dirt. Let me get you guys something to talk about. And that misses up high. 3-0 already. And you get me over fastball. And a swing and a miss runs this count full. We are getting real copycatish here. Full count to the first batter in the top of the inning. Full count to the bottom. Swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number one for Garabito. Both teams go 1, 2, 3 in the top or the bottom of the inning. We will go to the second. 1, 2 with 3. 3, 4 full counts already. Yeah, since I got to get my medical check, they always like, oh, you need to go get your teeth cleaned. Oh, you can't see colors, blah, 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 all that stuff. I figured I would go get the old teeth cleaned so they can't say anything about it. "15 pitches for Garabito." "16 pitches for Kim Gun-oh." So does that mean Seattle is going to the ALCS? Oh man, they're like when you get them. So I know you've jumped around a couple different places, but I don't know if you've you get the biannual ones, the ones that are every 2 years are not too bad. They where because they don't do the EKG as, oh, we are back, and the first pitch is fouled away to Diaz. Yeah, the other ones, the ones that you have to get on your birth year, like if you're an odd birthday, you got to get it on the odd years. If you're an even birthday, you got to get it on the even years. Those aren't too bad. Those are only 30 minutes, 40 minutes. What's up, fighting? Fighting Giants. That is bounced into the dirt as the girl behind home plate forgets that she has a net in front of her and tries to jump out of the way. All right, the 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside, and that's rolled over, but foul. And 1 and 2. 3 up, 3 down, 3 Ks in the first inning. Yeah. Well, it's the time. It just takes forever. Like it was 3 hours for the last one. 1, 2 catches him looking on the outside. 4 up, 4 down, 4 Ks. Somebody. I hope I've got enough to last for the day. I don't think I had that many for him. He's got to slow down or something. Kim Gun-ho. No, Kim Gun-ho. All right, so that brings up Kim Young-un. And he fouls that into the catcher's mitt, into the umpire's shin guard. Yeah, that's 0-1. Did he go? What do you mean, did he go? All right, Kim Young-un up high, but doesn't go around on it, and it's 1-1. He fouled it. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside corner. A beauty. Absolute Beautiful pitch there. Froze him. Oh, yeah, Diaz went. All right, the 1-2 taps the glove on on the ground, and a swing and a miss. Five up, five down, all via the K. Loady, loady, loady. I love the Congress. Samjin Parade Omnida. And that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. And that catches the bottom of the zone. He's not even looking. He's not even swinging. He's just like, wow. All right. The 0-2 pitch chokes up on the bat a little bit, waggling it back and forth. And he says he can't hear the pitch calm. That's not good. Taking him out of his rhythm. I get another one. All right. Now he can hear. Imagine that, striking out the first five, and you can't even hear the old pitch calm. Here we go, the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, swing and a miss though, tags him out. Six up, six down, six strikeouts. Good loaded, loaded, loaded. Let's go to the bottom of the second. Wow. Wow. That's just ridiculous. Ridiculous, guys. This is definitely not the start that's anybody was expecting. But again, I said Samsung has not hit well against lefties. Remember, the first game of the wild card, Samsung lost when NC started Guchang Mo. Yeah, he does, Mongo. Then game two, Samsung won that game, but they only had one hit. They won because Logan ended up walking in the first two runs. Or the walking in, yeah, the first two runs. They won 3-0, but they only had one hit. Then they did have one lefty in game one that they were able to manufacture a couple of runs. But nonetheless, they have not fared well against lefty starters in this postseason. And that's really gonna be a big deal because they're gonna have to face Kim Kwon Hyun also. As quickly the first pitch is low, ball one. Han Yu Sum steps in, hitting 2 for 3, 667 on this playoff. And the 1-0 swing and a miss at ball two, 1-1. Garbito throws hard. Pretty hard throwing a right hander. And that sets up right down the middle, swing and a miss on the inside. And 1-2. Yeah, Kim Gun Ho is looking. Welcome back, Tengu. And the 1-2 catches him looking. Apparently, no one wants to swing the bat today. Another strikeout looking. We're going to have a record game today. That brings up Go Myung Jun. The KBO players are finally realizing hey, it's a hits to center field, going back to the warning track, up, and goodbye baseball. The first hit of the day puts SSG up 1-0. 2-run shot to put SSG on the board in the first game, a solo shot to put SSG on. Thank goodness for the short walls and short distance. All right, that brings up a Che Ji-hoon. Looks at the ball one outside. Home runs, home runs, home runs. Home runs get super sweet, flashy lights and some music, ladies and gentlemen, as the 1-0 pitch up high. 2-0. 1 for 4 in this playoff. 284 on the season. A great catch in center field in the first game to probably save 1, maybe 2 runs. The 2-0 sets up right down the middle. And that is a line into the gap. Kim Sung-yoon cuts it off. Che Ji-hoon will round first, but head back, and that's, whoops, wrong button. SSG just definitely did not have an error. Thank you, whoever just gave me some beautiful hearts. All right, Kim Sung-woo getting his first at bat of this playoff. Che Ji-hoon does have some speed. Again, he is a center fielder. 안녕하세요, Kim Soo-hyun. And a little toss over there. Checking on him. SSG fans finally have some life in them after a rough first game. Kim Sung-wook first pitch and in there for a strike, even though Kang Min-ho drops the ball. 195 on the season, playing right field. Again, Han Yu-sum DHing. They figure they've got to do something because Yu Hyo-sung 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts in game 1. And a kind of dive, fall, push-up thing over at first. As the throw over there was really bad. 28 for 35 on the season, 80% success rate for Che Ji-hoon. And that time he'll slide back, and they almost get him. Luckily, the cameraman was awful, and we didn't even get to see it. That's Kim Soo-hyun, not Kim Saw-hyun. You're off on your middle letter, your middle vowel. Foul away there. And that misses up high, ball 1. 1-2. You got all excited. You were looking for your towel. You ever find that towel? All right, the 1-2 pitch. And that is crushed. The left fielder going back at the warning track, just under it a little bit too much. Grabs and a rocket in second base. That's we 2 away. Got it for the playoffs. You think he's gonna? How many? You think he's gonna be? He's gonna be brought in every single game Hanwha has to win. And that catches the bottom of the zone. 0-1. Triple J. Can't leave anything to chance. And that's rolled over. Second baseman grabs it, throws over to first. That is 3 away. But SSG gets on the board with another Go Myung-jun homer, his second of this postseason. We'll go to the third inning. 1-0 SSG. Crazy though, that's still nobody can hit with runners on base. 14 pitches, 29 for Go Myung-jun, 27 for Kim Gon-woo. Seven, 8, 9 coming up for the old Samsung Leonaise. Yeah. All right, so we're back. Kang Min Ho striding to the plates. Field actually looks like it's in pretty good shape for all the rain that they just had. A little grassless spot in right field, but have to say it looks better than a certain newer field. All right, Kang Min Ho, the first pitch rips, but's foul. 269 on the season. Again, he is one of the two stalwarts in the lineup that is 0 for this postseason. And the 0-1 pitch rolls over that. Third baseman grabs it, throws over to first. And oh my lord, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an out that's not a strikeout. I'm surprised the fielders were even ready. Yeah, he's like, oh, we got to get rid of that ball. That doesn't have any strikeouts in it. Again, the best possible start that SSG could hope for, and what really is a must-win game. They do not want to go down 0-2 going to Daegu. UG Huck looks at the ball one up high, want to know. So 16 pitches in the first inning with 3 strikeouts, 11 pitches in the second inning with 3 strikeouts. Now the 1-0 pitch is popped up, but that will get out of play into the Samsung area. And 1-1. Yeah, a 5-game series would be perfect. I really think it's going to end up being a long series as the 1-1 catches the outside corner 1-2. Again, this game was rained out yesterday, which is why I'm streaming the SSG game instead of the Samsung game, which would have been tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, fouled away again. Then you have, you go 5 games, the next series gets pushed back. I don't know if they would automatically push back the Korean series or not. As UG Huck looks at a strikeout on the outside corner. Once again, just catching the outside corner, painting it with the seams, and that's 7 strikeouts already for Kim Gun-hoo. Where is Arpo? All right, Lee Sung-gyu steps in and playing center field instead of Kim Ji-chan. Again, you got a right-handed batter here. Misses outside. Kim Ji-chan probably is going to start against right-handers. Park Sung-gyu start against the left-handers. Or sorry, Lee Sung-gyu starts against the left-handers. As he pops that one up, the left fielder under it. And once again, 1, 2, 3, go. The Samsung Lions, we go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0. Well, he only had 1 strikeout that inning, but he also only threw 9 pitches. Well, bottom of the order, the 9-1-2 coming up for SSG. So they'll bring in the catcher, Joe Byung-woo, and then flip the lineup back over to the top of the lineup, which doesn't say a whole lot because nobody is doing any offense except Go Myung-jun. Nobody was expecting this, ladies and gentlemen. Tron Pares. All right, we should be back. And Garabito not pitching poorly either. Just that 1 pitch to Go Myung-jun. That's probably not a home run in most stadiums. Probably not even a home run in Daegu Stadium. Because it was hit towards the center field, which is farther in Daegu's Samsung Lions Park, as opposed to SSG Moonhawk Dream Landers Field, or so I don't know what it's called. That's in there for a strike though, or swinging strike, I should say. Joe Hyung-woo. I have him as Joe Byung-woo. That's probably why he's not hitting. A swing and a miss there again. Have him confused with the closer. There we go. Now he's got his real name up there. And now the 0-2 pitch that's rolled over. Shortstop grabs it, gathers his feet. A high throw over Diaz's head, and he'll be back on first. He shuffled his feet a little bit too much and then airmailed it. Diaz, very, very tall, but Diaz didn't think it was sailed that much. He should have easily caught that. Sailed and up to the right field line. Diaz more worried about keeping his foot on the bag than getting himself grabbing the ball. And, well, a big, big arrow there. Yum, yum. You might want to go play for Samsung the way they're playing, man. All right, back to the top of the lineup. After that's a big error. As apparently we got a pitch clock violation. And it's 0-1. That misses outside, 1-1. Samsung gives up the homer, and then an error here. Pak Sung Han 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out to center field in the first at bat on a full count. And another 1-2, swing and a miss there on ball 2. 1-2 now. And here we go. The 1-2 pitch rips inside, but it's foul. Again, he's throwing that, almost hitting him in the hands with that pitch, but he's able to turn around on it quite enough to rip it foul and hopefully pitch closer to the strike zone. 1 for 5 in this series, 1 for 4 in Thursday's game. As here comes the 1-2 pitch, sets up on the outside. And he rolls over it. Garabito's going to field it, throws to first. A short arm bet, but it's the same thing as a bunt without having to bunt. That does move Joe Hyung-woo over to second base. Rings up Heredia, so they'll have the 2, 3, 4 hitters with a chance with a runner in scoring position. One away here, bottom of the third. 36 pitches now for Garabito. Heredia fouls that one. Had to wait for the official call. How about a 6-game series, though? That would be even better, right? Yeah, this is the 0-1. Ooh. As he has to drop down as it almost hits him in the head. He says, I want to take a little time, regather myself. Woo. Heredia, 366 with runners in scoring position. Here we go. The 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside. Swing and a miss there. A big swing Big swing, no ding, ladies and gentlemen. A little late on that. After the 153 at his head. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch, runner over at second base, Jo Hyung-woo. That misses way up high, 2-2. And the 2-2 sets up on the outside, and cuts back across, and catches him looking. Another strikeout looking in this game. I think that's 6 of them so far. 2 away now, and that brings up a Che Jung. Again, these teams cannot hit once runners get on base. Che Jung looks at the ball, one up high, 1-0. Che Jung struck out swinging in the first at bats. 0 for 1 on the day. 0 for this series. Still 1 away from tying the postseason career record for home runs. That's in there for a strike on the outside. 1-1. 13 career postseason home runs. I think a 508 career home runs. The all-time KBO home run leader. How many does he have? Sorry, 518. Only off by 10. Yeah, another 1-1. Fouls it back off of his hands. 1-2. 44 pitches for Garabito. 15 in the first inning, 14 in the second inning, 15 so far here in the third. Runner at second is there because of an error on the shortstop, E.J. Hyun. And the 1-2 sets up right at the knees, and that is a broken bat's a little bloop. That might be trouble, and it is going to drop down, and another run is going to score on the RBI broken bat RBI single, and that puts SSG up 2-0. Breaks his bats right off of the handle, but that broken bat kept the ball from going too far. And it drops right in front of Kim Hung-gon because it was 2 outs. Jo Hyung-woo was running. That brings up Han Yu-sum. Brings up Han Yu-sum. Looking to add to it here. Big unearned run there. That brings up a Han Yu-sum again. He struck out looking in his first at bat, but he is still hitting 500 in this series. 2 for 3 with a walk in the first game. That fouls that one away right down the middle. In best pitch in baseball, fastball down the middle. Eight career home runs, 5 of them have come at Moonhawk, the current SSG stadium. They will have a new stadium in a couple years. I believe it's scheduled to open 2027 or 2028. SSG will get a new stadium. Jamshil last year for it next year before they start to build their new stadium. As the 0-1 is in the dirt. 1-1. Hanwha got a new stadium this year. NC got a new stadium in 2019, maybe 2019, 2020. I can't remember. Kia got a new stadium in 2014. Gochuk was new in 2016 or Samsung got a new stadium in 2017. So most of the stadiums have new stadiums. Uh, There's lots of talk of Busan as getting a new stadium, getting rid of Sajik. All right, the 1-2 sets up on the inside. Swing and a miss. That will be the end of that, but an error and a single puts SSG up 2-0. We goes to the top of thy fourth. Let's see. Left two on base so far. Samsung has hit the ball twice. 20 pitches in that inning for Garabito, bringing him to 49. Well, yeah, because so I wasn't supposed to stream game 2 because it was supposed to be yesterday, Michael. It was supposed to be Friday, but because it was rained out, it was moved to Saturday, and I don't work on the weekends. So, yes, I'm able to stream this game. There won't be any game tomorrow, though. All the games have been moved back one day. So, game 3 will be Monday. I won't stream game 3. All right, so we'll be back at top of the lineup coming up for Samsung. Kim Ganu out there just dealing today. Dealing, and dealing. I'd rather not. All right, first pitch is in the dirt. So it rolls to the backstop. And 1-0. EJ Hyun struck out in his first at bat and then also had the big error there. No problem, Michael. All right. And the 1-0 pitch catches the outside corner, 1-1. 7 strikeouts through through 3 innings so far for Kim Ganu. Kim Kwon Hyun watching on in enjoyment. That's a curveball, forgets to curve. And it's 2-1. Yeah, another 2-1 pitch. Misses outside. 3-1. And 3-1 sets up right on the inside. That's ripped past the left side, and they're on base for the first time today. First hit of the day, and it comes from the man who continues to hit in this postseason, EJ Hyun. Three ball, 1 strike. Ugh. All right, so there goes the perfect game for Kim Ganu. There goes the no hitter, the perfect game, all gone in one swing. Ooh, 6 p.m. Why would they do that? Why would they not play the 2 p.m. game on the weekend and the 6 p.m. game during the week? Oh, wait, never mind. It's Hanwha. I understand. Now that's going to be a ground ball for 6. Not going to throw to first. And 1 away. Does put a little bit more speed over at first base. Not a lot more, but more nonetheless. Kim Sung-yoon is, again, one of the hardest guys to double up. I imagine the reason why they made it 6-2 is because they were supposed to have KBO playoff games at 2 o'clock on Sunday and 6:30 on Monday, so that they don't interfere with it. But yeah, that's in there for a strike. Because I mean, if you think about it, during the spring training games are always at 1:30 anyway. All right, sets up on the outside. The 0-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. 0-2. That misses outside. 1-2, trying to get him to chase off the plates, but he doesn't. Another 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, just a little off the plates, misses low. 2-2. Here we go again. 0-2 pitch. Left-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, throws it in the other batter's box. Now he's trying to get cute with it. And now it's 2-2. Sets up on the outside once again and checks over on the runner. A lot of speed over at first base. Those little legs move fast. And another check over. And do have a lefty on the mound. Love it whenever the player is shorter than the managers. That's when you know they're short. And that is going to be into the gap. That's going to bring him going to seconds. He's around in third, but he's going to hold up at third. And Gujauk in there for a sliding double, moves runners at second and third. And just like I said, you got that 0-2 counts. You play around with it, and then another hit. Suddenly, you got runners at second and third with just 1 out. They're going to video replay over at second base. I don't think they got him. It looked like he was in there before they got him on the leg. Now, Hanwha's got to make enough money to pay for their big fine that they're going to get from the government. That's just the ticketing fee. Not even close. Not even close. Umpire brings out his wallets, tells SSG to give him some more if they want to call like that. Second and third, 1 out. Diaz steps to the plate, fouls that one away. Diaz 500 in this series, or in this playoffs. 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking, as did most of the Samsung lineup the first time through. 0-1 sets up way off the plates. Maybe catches too much of the plate. That's going to be at least a single in. Gujauk is probably going to round third and come on home. And just like that, the game is tied. Again, playing on that outside. He set up way outside. He set up off the plate, and he missed it right over the middle of the plate. Missed it actually even on the inner half. He set up way off the plate. So again, they just cannot some points. They cannot hit their mark. A lot of these KBO pitchers. And it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time before they got to him. And they're going to change the pitcher here. Oh, we'll have our first pitching change as it is now tied up 2-2. And we'll see who comes in. Absolutely ridiculous starting line for him in the first 3 innings. 9 up, 9 down, 7 strikeouts. But this second time through the lineup, he is not able to work his magic. He's given up 3 hits in the 4th inning before the getting pulled. He is responsible for Diaz over at first base. So he, despite striking out the first 6 batters, striking out 7 of the first 8, he could actually end up with a loss. So Iroun will come in to pitch. Still just 1 out. Kim Young-un. Iroun, 33 holds. Again, part of that duo, No Young-un, Iroun, both of them over 30 holds this season, 75 games, 77 innings. He's pitched in half of their games as that's in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Kim Young-un had a big 2-run shot in the first game. This game struck out 0 for 1. .66 ERA after the 9th inning. And then the 0-1 in there for a strike at the top of the zone. 0-2. Kim Young-un, 5 home runs, sitting at 5th. 6 home runs would put him up into 3rd. Yeah, as that misses outside. 1-2. Yeah, 1-2. Gonna go up and in. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Samsung. And he is the pure 2 outs guy, or 2 outcome hitter. He's either a home run or a strikeout. That brings up the number 6 hitter, Kim Han Gong. Kim Ungong, well, of course, yep. He also struck out in his first at bats. And did he go around? I think he did. Ooh, they say he didn't. He bailed out of that, so it looked like he went around to me. No, he didn't. Excellent call by the first base umpire. Nope, they're going to video replay that. Again, I've only seen one of these ever overturned. He didn't go. That was, nope. Thought they were taking off the helmet already. Once again, not overturned. So the teams each gets a 2 video replays on regular plays and 2 on the check swings. That is fouled back 1-1. I know that in order to get an extra video replay, you have to win both of your challenges. And as far as the check swings, I don't know if you have to win them both or if you just have to win one or if you're just allowed 2. It was a rule that they implemented halfway through the season, as that one is also fouled away. So it wasn't a rule that's started the season, so I was able to kind of research it a lot. It was a rule that they started in the middle of the second half. It wasn't even like the beginning of the second half, right after the All-Star game. It was like implemented on like the middle of August, like with a month and a half left to go. As that one is going to just get foul into the little netted seating. Keep looking, thinking maybe there's some other scores somewhere, but there aren't. Here we go. 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, bounces it in the dirt. It's a good block by Jo Hyung-woo. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-2 game. Game 2, popped foul, and it stays a 2-2. Batter hitting 200. Yeah, it is 2-2. Thank you, thank you. It's supposed to be updated. I've already. I don't know why. The innings one says 2-2. This one's supposed to say 2-2. Is my button not working? All right, to 3-2 counts. Thank you, Hayden. I don't know why it wasn't working. As it fouls that one away. Another pitch. Third full count of the day for SSG. Yeah, the innings one, whenever they changed pitchers, was showing 2-2. Lions sarang hey. Thank you. Lovely. I love the Lions from Lions sarang hey. And Diaz goes, and that's ball 4. Runners now on first and seconds. And that brings up a Kang Min Ho. Gujauk finally got himself a hit in this postseason. Yeah. It got rained out. That's why I'm able to do this game. because this is game two. It was supposed to be Friday night. I work during the week and I can't do them anymore. As fouls right back into Jo Hyung Woo's mask. So tomorrow's game that was supposed to be game three is pushed back to Monday. So I will not be streaming any more of this series. Yeah, I won't be streaming any more of this series because game three, Monday, game four, Tuesday, game five, as that misses outside. Game five would be Thursday. But that is good if it ends up like this because that would mean Saturday and Sunday would be Hanwha versus the winner of this. So I'd be able to stream two games instead of just one. As the 1-1 pitch misses low, 2-1. But if they do not, this is very important. If they do not go to game five in this series, then the next series will not be pushed back. As the 2-1 pitch misses low, ball 3-1. Running into some command issues here is Iroon. Ang Min Ho 0 for 1 today, 0 for this playoff. He hit into a 5-3 ground out in his first at bats. Here comes the 3-1. That is ripped to shortstop, makes a diving stop, throws to third base, and gets him out. What a great play by the shortstop, diving deep in the hole into the grass, gets to his knees and throws it over to third base. Diaz, not a fast runner, is caught over at third base on the 6-5 putouts. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's tied at deuces. What a play by Pak Sung Han. Heads up play. That's why they say that he is one of the best defensive all-around players in the league. He's one of the best defensive shortstops. But again, Samsung finally gets a hit. They get 3 of them, and they get 2 runs to go with it. Pretty close game. Pretty much everywhere. Garabito now in the driver's seat to 49 pitches for him, which he again Sims or SSG starter fantastic starts. But that second time through the lineup just killed him. Again, through the first 3 innings, 7 strikeouts, no hits, he had a ground out and a fly out. So that was what Samsung had. But ran into troubles as he's going through that lineup the second time. Garabito out on the mound to start the bottom of the fourth. He'll have the 5, 6, 7 hitters. The number 5 hitter, of course, is Go Myung Jun, who got him for the first home run. Go Myung Jun has hit 2 home runs so far in this series, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Go Myung Jun, 2-run shot in the first game, a solo shot in this game. The other run was unearned. It was because of an error. As that one is lifted, center fielder giving chase just in front of the warning track, though. And that's 1 away. He is timed up perfectly on Garabito. That is 2 shots to straightaway center field. Trying to go 450 dead center. Che Ji-hoon steps in. He has the other, or has one of the other hits, a single right after the Go Myung Jun solo shot, but nothing after that. And a fakes the bunt, pulls it back. Kang Min Ho was crossed up on that. It ends up hitting him. I thought it hit him on the shoulder, but he's grabbing his wrist. Oh, it hit off right off of the bone right here. He pulled the bunt down. He couldn't see the ball very well, and it hit right off of his, again, right off of right where that little bone is at the bottom. My watch is going off there. If he can't continue, that is huge. Of course, he has not been hitting well, but at the same time, he is a massive, massive leader on the field. He is clenching his fist. He hasn't taken off the mask or anything. They'll get some pos. So apparently, it hits right here is where they're putting it on. Surprising, he doesn't wear a glove and does not wear like a fielder's glove under his catcher's mitt. The Kang Min Ho chance is starting. Very common. Anytime somebody gets injured in the KBO, no matter if it's a home team or an away team, even the umpires, all the fans start cheering their name. Feels like the Ultimate Warrior or whatever. They start yelling and cheering, and he suddenly gets his strength and starts shaking and all of that stuff. But apparently, it was a strike, and it's 0-1, and that misses inside, and now it's 1-1. Hopefully, you guys are old enough to get my Ultimate Warrior reference. If not, look it up. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman to the ground to field it, spins around, throws to first. And a 2 away. It's crazy that nearly every game so far has been dealt with the rain, whether it's a rain delay or pushed back. All right, Kim Sung-wook, first pitch, ground ball, but it's foul. 0-1. I was not. I wasn't an Ultimate Warrior guy. I wouldn't say I had a guy. I honestly wouldn't say I had a guy. I would say that my buddy, probably my best friend growing up, was a huge wrestling fan, like massive wrestling fan. Like he would always get like WrestleMania and all that. No, see, I'm old. I'm WWF, not WWE, WWF. As the 0-1 into the dirt. 1-1. But yeah, he had definitely did not think it was real. Not by any chance. Yeah, and then the WCW was like nothing really. Like nobody watched it. So we'll have a video replay on the check swing. And he definitely went around. As we've got a turnaround and a 1-2. Nah, I do remember Dusty Rhodes, and then he became like Gold Dust or something like that. The 1-2. The 1-2 swing and a miss, and that's is a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the fifth inning. It's 2-2. Ah, Dusty Ro- Oh, Dusty Rhodes was the big guy. Man, I know you're a Lions fan, but I'm going to tell you right now, Gujauk is a gigantic crybaby. A gigantic crybaby. So what do we got? It's a 58 pitches, only 9 pitches there. 58's now for Garabito through five, fourth. Yeah. So, and Bam Bam Bigelow. You had the two big guys, Earthquake and Typhoon. Sergeant Slaughter, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Uh, who else? Uh, oh, who was the cop? Who was the cop? Oh, I can't remember now. Yeah, Big Boss Man. Jake the Snake. And then you had that's in there for a strike. 0-1. Completely sidetracked. There is a baseball game going on here. Iroun is still out there. Who all yeah, here we go, the 0-1. So Jong Jin. No. No, I don't know So Jong Jin. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sets up right down the middle. Runs in and it hits him. You got to get base runners however you can. Sol Jong Jin, who's that? The mount, the Mountie. Yeah, right on the old pad covering the tricep. All right, Ryuji Hyuk over at first base. Nobody outs. Lee Sung Gyu looks at strike one in there, and it's 0-1. You got ahead 0-2 and hit him, and now he's out 0-1 here. All right, now that he's conferred with the dugouts on what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to try to bunt here. Everybody loves bunts. Bunts make the world go round, but first we're going to have a throw over to first base. He is easily back in. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch, 22 pitches, and just misses. He thought he was going to go around on that, but he held off, and it's 1-1. Fifth inning here. You bunt here, you move them over, you lower your chance of scoring a run. Very important early in this game to not score any runs. All right, the 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside. That is popped up. Center fielder over a couple steps. Should have bunted. Thank you, Randy. That's, ladies and gentlemen, going to flip the lineup back over to the top. EJ Hun again led off last inning with a single, came around to score on the 2 RBI double or 2 RBI single from Diaz. So they're going to look to try to get this game going again in their favor. Samsung just not much offensively, ladies and gentlemen. Not in this whole playoff. EJ Hun lifts that one up. Right fielder back, forward, and forward and back, and forward and back. And that's his 2 away. Looking like listening to some Paula Abdul out there. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. I think you can say bunt. I don't think I banned the word bunt. I should ban the word bunt. Did I ban it? Throw over to Ryuji Huck, and he's easily in there. Is it banned? I don't think so. All right. That's in there for a strike. Oh, sorry, ball way up high. Did I really ban it? No. Thank you, Randy. I don't know, like it's really hard to call a postseason game because you don't know who's gonna start, who's not. As the 2-0 is fouled away, 2-1. Let me check. I'll see. I'll see if I banned it. Maybe I did. No, I did not ban the word bunt, and he goes the throw way up high, and a stolen base for UG Huck. No, I did not. I did not ban it. Yeah, I remember. I couldn't remember who. So who was Dusty Rhodes' son? What was his name? Because when he first came up, well, it was just Dustin Rhodes, wasn't it? Because that's way up high, and he walks him. Running into issues again with command. 30 pitches for Eroun. Yeah, Dustin Rhodes. And we'll get another pitching change here. Going to the 3rd pitcher already here in the 5th inning for SSG. So here you go, guys. Do you guys remember the Lone Wolf? Right on time, Hayden. You got your own emergency phone to the dugouts? Yeah. I used to party with him in college. Yeah, he was a good friend in college. Yeah, he was the offensive lineman. You can. It's on my shop. If you go to my page, my YouTube channel page, there's a shop on there, and you can order it there. as long as you're not in Korea. All right, and No Kyung-un comes in again. This is the other 30 plus save guy for 80 innings, 77 games, 35 holds. He is Mr. Hold in the KBO. Yeah, Prescott actually played NFL for a while, and then he left there and then went to go do MMA, and then left MMA to do WWE. I think his dad was a Gold Glove boxer at one point too. He was a big guy. I loved some heavy metal. And that's going to be rolled over. Second baseman is going to grab it. Quick throw in time. One pitch, one outs. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Yeah, his real name is Tom Pescott. Tom Pescott. One pitch, one out. So they leave another two runners on. They've left four on. Again, they went 1-2-3 in the first three innings. They've had chances again. Plenty of chances. Bottom of the fifth inning, we'll have the 8-9-1 hitters coming up for SSG. Bishop Dyer. That is definitely not his real name. Yeah, definitely not his real name. Garabito, 58 pitches through four innings, giving up two runs. One of them was earned. Yeah, I know I know he was not liked in the WWE because he didn't go through the normal channels that they normally go through. That's a lot of the guys go through, so they weren't real happy with him. But anyway, we got the bottom of the fifth inning, 58 pitches for Garabito. Jung Jun Jae, Triple J, will lead things off for SSG. The shop that I sell this hat isn't available in Korea. There's apparently something happened, and Jung Jun Jae is I think he's on first base. He is on first base. I don't know what happened. So we'll have to look at the replay. He drops down a beautiful bunt. No, a bunt single puts him on first base. Yeah, it would have been sweet if we would have been able to watch. And that's going to be another bunt. A beauty. Throws to first and just barely picked up by Ryuji Hyuk. That moves the runner over to second base. We are just going to bunt the whole day. Two pitches, two bunts, runner out on second base. I think the Jung Jun Jae should have been taken by the catcher. First pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. I do not gamble. I've lived in Korea since 2014. I was a season holder up until this year. Most of the people that watch are into the gambling, as that's going to be a ground ball to Diaz. He'll grab it, tosses to the pitcher. I was expecting him to take it himself, but he tosses to the pitcher for 2 outs, but that moves the runner over to third base. And just like normal, you bunt the runner over to second, and then you still need a hit. Again, the KBO managers are absolute morons. Absolute morons. You still need a hit. A hit would have scored him from second base. You still need a hit. All right, runner at third base. Wild pitch does score a run. Jun Jun Jae has plenty of speed. The back behind home plate is not as big, as that is way outside. Landy is joined right behind home plates. Again, my opinion, the dumbest mascot in the KBO. Let's have an entire logo and everything based on outer space and then a dog. The 1-0 is off the hands. That's going to drop over Yu-Ji Hyuk's head. And that's going to be an RBI single. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is why you bunt. That's why you bunt. That's also why you put Heredia batting second instead of a third. A space dog. All right, now SSG back on top. A little Texas big league single for the RBI. He would have scored from second anyway. All right, it's a mound visit to visit Garabito, who is now given the lead back up to SSG. Again, they were up early with a solo shot from Go Myung Jun. Got an unearned run in the third inning after a leadoff E6 and then a single RBI single by Che Jung, who is up now with Heredia over at first base. Che Jung, huh? Oh, I have his music too. That misses outside. And he's the only SSG player that I have their music. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Second in career postseason RBIs with 44. And here comes the 1-1 pitch up high, 2-1. Stefan, have you started practicing for next year's greatest show on YouTube? Good. Just got in the mail today my high pass so that I can we can hit the old Gosok Doro. Oh, Heredia tried to bounce off, but then got kind of stuck there. But they weren't paying any attention to him, and now it's 3-1. And 3-1, a swing and a miss runs the count full, 3-2. Third full count of the day for SSG. Yeah, I'll test out the I'll test it out whenever I'm coming back from Chungju in a couple weeks, see if how she handles on the old expressway. We may be taking the back roads with a couple big boys in there. That's misses inside, ball four. Brings up a Hanyu Sum. Welcome back, Tengu. All right. Fouls that one into the dirt, and it's 0-1. It's they say that it handles better on the highway once once you get some weight in it because it's rear wheel drive and there's the I'm like the driver, I'm sitting on the engine. And the 0-1 in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-2. There's a couple to get a two songs. All right, 0-2 pitch just sets up on the outside. Misses outside, ball one. 73 pitches now for Garabito. Garabito. I like Hanyu Sum's song. I originally moved over here in 2014 just to spend a couple years before I was going to head to China, join the Peace Corps, and then travel the world. But I liked it, and I didn't leave. I was originally going to move to Spain and teach English back in the early aughts. As the 1-2 catches him looking on the outside, and that's strikeout number 3 for him. We will go to the break. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. apparently we're back. First pitch is popped up to the third baseman. I was waiting for some sort of update, but they were too busy broadcasting the Samsung Galaxy phones that they didn't want to actually show the first pitch. All right, that brings up a Kim Young-un 0 for 2 on the day, a couple strikeouts. And that's a striker right down the middle. Yeah, I'm actually about to do the official lifer move and buy my own appliances. Once you do that, you're a lifer. You can't leave. As the 0-1 swings and a miss, and that's fouled into the dirt and then into the catcher's forearm. Robel Hanen Hagawigi Pirang Parang. No, I do not. I am strictly iPhone. I have AirPods, Apple, Mac Mini, MacBook Pro, iPad, iPhones, Apple Watch Ultra 3. Yeah, I am I am far from Samsung. I actually had a Samsung I had a Samsung phone when I first moved to Korea, but I just wasn't a big fan of it. And here comes the 0-2 pitch up high, ball one, 1-2. Yeah, I run two sets of earphones. So this year right now is I have the TV in front of me, so I can hear what the Korean announcers are saying in case there's any updates that I need to hear. As it swings, it fouls that into the glove and it bounces out. And then in this year, I have the music and stuff that you guys can hear, so I know when there's playing music or like when somebody subscribes or donates or something like that, I can hear it. So, but yeah. Hayden, I live in right now. I live in Daejeon. I live about a kilometer from the Hanwha Eagles Stadium, as that is in the dirt. 2-2. Sorry, I didn't see your question earlier. Michael, actually, if you go to the description, one of the uh, one of the cable channels here in Korea did a documentary on me earlier this year, and you can kind of see my whole setup and what I do. As the 2-2 is popped up, and nobody knows where it is. First baseman is under. It's in foul territory, and 2 away. No, 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 not a Hanwha fan. Yeah, it's just the highlight video. It's not the full documentary. The full documentary was about 25, 30 minutes. They actually came and filmed me in my apartments. The apartment that you actually are looking at behind me is that's going to be grounded foul uh, for a whole weekend. Big Kiwi there was actually in it. He didn't get much time in the highlight video though. Yeah, I moved to Korea for the healthcare. As that's Mrs. Lowe, 1-1. Yeah, I moved to Korea for healthcare, and then I stopped watching Hanwha because, because they want to raise the prices so much, it's not worth it. The 1-1 is misses outside. It's 2-1. Hanwha has a very, very bad fan service, the worst fan service in the league. It's not even close. It's not even like if there was 10 other teams, if there were 20 teams in the league, Hanwha would still have the worst fan service in the league. As the 2-1 that is ripped And it will off the top of the wall. Already makes a great throw. And Kim Hun-gon has to turn around and head back. An absolute fantastic play in the outfield from Heredia is able to keep him to just a single with 2 outs. It was a line shot off the top of the wall, and the way it hit, it went right back to Heredia. Heredia probably has the best arm in the league in terms of left fielders. It was a line shot. It hit off the little netting that poses as a window for the bullpen, but throws over to first. But yeah, they followed me around for a couple days, a weekend. Didn't have a lot of stuff in there about my other hobbies, and that's going to be a ground ball. Kang Min Ho into the deep, throws in time. What a play by Pak Sung Han! Deep into the hole, into the grass. He hits it, it knocks it down. That recovers, throws over to first base, and gets him by half a step. An absolute cannon to get Kang Min Ho over at first. And like I said earlier, he has one of the best defensive players, defensive shortstops in the league. An absolute cannon. Wow. Kang Min Ho needs to unhook the piano. That's all I have to say. I know he's old and I know he's a catcher. Stephen, I'll make sure that they don't finish the game until you get home. I don't know where you're driving back from. Man, that's a lot of driving, Stephen. If you're going to drive all the way back to Sejong, wherever you're at now, and then head to, I guess, I don't know. Are you, Kiwi, are you going to today's Hanwha game? So you're going to go Daejeon, Sejong. I assume you take the new big road by Bonsuk Terminal, by Bonsuk Yup. Like that direct shot that brings you out kind of like Sejong Costco. Oh, that's tomorrow. All right, it's bottom of the 6th. Go Myung-jun will lead things off. Again, he had the big solo shot. I keep thinking it's Sunday because I'm streaming. My whole life is all messed up because of those holidays. Work 4 days and don't work on Friday, have a week off, then you have to work Friday. Good stretch by Go Myung-jun over there, too. Garabito's still out there, only at 75 pitches, sorry. First pitch to Go Myung-jun is a ball, though. Go Myung-jun, again, 2-run shot in the first game, a solo shot in this game. And a off the hands there as that was up at his eyes. He still swings at it, though, and it's 1-1. Yeah, solo shot in the second inning, and then a fly out to center field and back in the fourth. Coming up now to lead off the bottom of the 6th, SSG with that 1-run lead. Up 2-0 early, gave up 2 runs, and then I got another one back. Time is called. I didn't even get to see that play. I was paying attention to something else. I think he did he try to bunt? Nope. He hit it right into the ground, but he runs into it. I don't remember how to call that. I don't remember what the actual the writing is on that, but he filed it directly into the ground, and then it hit him on the shoulder when he's trying to get out of the batter's box. So one away, and that's it brings up. That's actually the exact same thing that he did in game one. He hit a ground ball right in front of the plates and ended up getting thrown out, and then he hit a home run. And then now he again it gets out on a ground ball right in front of the plates, and then also hit a home run. All right, to Che Ji Hoon, the 0-1 pitch. That's up right down the middle. That fouls that one away, and it's 0-2. 80 pitches now for Garabito. He took over for Reyes. Again, Reyes was one of those three guys that I thought were re signed for the season based on their playoff performance, not on their actual. What do I want to call that? Not on their regular season performance. And then once they got in the regular season again, they just didn't perform well at all. But the 1-2 pitch fouls that one away. Stays 1-2 to Che Ji Hoon. Che Ji Hoon singled in the first at bats. I just realized that is a swing and a miss. This another strikeout for Garabito. Seventh strikeout of the day for him. Two away now in the bottom of the sixth. I just realized that SSG was wearing their red uniforms. Uh, maybe that's their weekend home uniforms. I thought those were their away games, but who knows? Samsung obviously wearing their blue roads. Sets up on the outside. Kim Sung Hook looks at a strike one at the top of the zone. 0-1. 0-2 today. Flew out to center or left field, and then also struck out. Sets up on the outside, and it's a swing and a miss on a pitch way off the plate. 0-2. And then the 0-2 sets up at the waist. Just misses outside. They thought they had him called on strike three, but they'll have to throw another pitch. And the 1-2 pitch, a check swing, fouls that one away. Yeah, important to get these pitch count up now at 87. I think they're going to still bring him out for the bottom of the seventh, no matter what. Just because, again, the Samsung bullpen is definitely a middle of the road bullpen. Not great at all. 1-2 sets up on the inside. That is going to be a little bloop. Center fielder over there and makes the catch, though. And that's 3 away. We go to the seventh inning. It's 3-2. SSG. Not a lot of you get a couple of really great innings and then a really great half innings. And then after that, it's just 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Let's see. Garabito, 88 pitches. Yeah, definitely going to be coming back out for another inning. No, SSG bringing out. See if No Young Un comes back out again. Doesn't say that anybody is coming back out or coming in to replace him. Only 14 pitches, so quite possibly he would stay out there. He's going to have the bottom of the lineup, 8-9-1 hitters, coming up for Samsung here in the top of the seventh. He is still out there, and the first pitch was a strike. Again, they never come back on time. They got to get that advertising revenue as the 0-1 misses up high, 1-1. They show these replays, and then they end up running behind. Yuji Huck 0 for 1, struck out in the first at bats, and then a hit by a pitch, stole a base, but left on the bases back in the fifth, fouls that away, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and he fouls that one away again. That section down there is just missing a lot of souvenirs as they're hitting off the netting and then bouncing back onto the ground or onto the field. SSG needs, again, this is not a must win, but definitely a must win for SSG. That is a curveball, ground ball to the first baseman. He grabs it, takes it himself, and on away. Isung Gyu, right-hander, to EJ Hyun, also right-hander, so I imagine he will face these next two right-handers. We'll see. Do we get a pinch hitter? Maybe maybe Kim Ji Chan, pinch hitting here, I imagine. Yep, just heard them. Kim Tae-hoon will pinch hit here. Kim Tae-hoon? Yeah. All right, that's first pitch is ground ball to the shortstop. A jump throw, Jeter-esque, and not in time. And he will be on base with a 1-out single. A little fast for that. A little fast for that. And that flips the lineup back over EJ Hyun. So he would stay in. He would play left field, and then Kim Hun-gong would move to right, and Kim Sung-yoon would move to center. If I imagine he stays in. But EJ Hyun now steps into bats. He is 1 for 3 on the day, a single with a run scored back in the fourth, a strikeout in his first at bat, and a fly out to right in his seconds. Looks at ball one there, 1-0. Kim Tae-hoon on the season, 1-0 on the stolen bases. In his career, he is 2 for 3. That's strike at the bottom of the zone and 1-1. EJ Hyun also moves well, so not easy to double up, but he is a right-handed batter, so he doesn't have that advantage of being halfway to first base after his swing like a lot of these left-handed batters in the KBO. And the 1-1 misses low. 2-1. Oops, wrong side. Third base coach does not look happy. Like the Kim Tae-hoon should have already stole. That's popped up, but it will get into the stands, and it's now 2-2. Where is Arpo? 2-2 pitch, 24 pitches for No Kyung-un. Bam, bam. And he fouls that one into the netting. Doesn't even give a souvenir. We'll have another 2-2 pitch. Again, I am not familiar with Jo Hyung-woo back behind the plate. I don't know how he is in terms of throwing runners out. Give a quick look. He is not very good. As a fly ball center field, under it is Che Ji-hoon, and that's 2 away. Actually, one of the best. Third in the league for caught stealing percentage. He throws out 28.2% of the runners. First would be Kim Hyung-jun over at NC, and then the second, Kim Gun-hee, the Kiwoom Heroes young guy, Jo Hyung-woo, another young guy, and then fourth would be Che Jae-hoon, as that misses outside, ball 1. Kim Sung-yoon walked in his last at bat, 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in the first inning, a 4-6 ground out in the fourth. And the 1-0 pitch slapped foul, 1-1. 28 pitches for No Kyung-un. This has to be the end of his day. Woo Ja-wook on deck. Finally came through with a hit back in the fourth inning. And that was the second run Samsung scored, was Gu Ja-wook after his double. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. That is ripped, but once again, it'll get foul. Hits off the netting and rolls into the corner. 1-2 now. 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside. And he goes in, out. It was almost a pitch out. It was scheduled almost like a pitch out. That pitch was way off the plates so that he could easily throw clearly, and he guns him down. And that's out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-2. SSG. SSG. I am now left 6 runners on base. 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position for SSG or for Samsung. 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Stefan was talking about it. Stefan and Kiwi were talking about it earlier. I wasn't able to watch it. I don't really watch MLB anymore. But what happened? Because Stefan was worried that the game was going to keep going, and he wouldn't be able to watch this game. I visited Seattle once. I stayed in West Seattle though. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. Didn't get to go to any games though. Did make it to a concert though. Lee Sung Min comes out to pitch now as Garabito's day is over. Lee Sung Min, I believe this is the fourth game he has pitched in. Oh, Kim Tae Hoon comes out, and Hong Hyun Bin will take over in center. Full count, bases loaded, bottom of the 15th. That's what you talk about whenever you're coming up when you're little. So Lee Sung Min out on the mound, 62 games, 64 points, 1 innings. Yeah, I went to a concert there. I went to the Sprites Mix It Up tour. As that's Mrs. Lowe, ball one. And all I remember is there was mountains in the backdrop. It was kind of outside. It was a bit of a drive. All right, the 1-0 pitch, a check swing foul, 1-1. I don't know if you would know where that is. Why is he already dirty? As An Sang Hyun is a pitch hitting here for Triple J. That's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, a 2-2. .264 on the season on Sang Hyun, and the pitch misses up high, runs the count full, 3-2. Fourth full count of the day for SSG. As that's fouled away. Hong Hyun Bin is the one that tries to steal. There we go. 3-2 counts. And a time is called. Lee Sung Min against SSG on the season, an ERA of 0. You know what happens when you put up stats like that, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody knows what happens when you put up stats like that. As the 3-2 is fouled away, and another 3-2 counts coming up. I love this. The horizontal chats, the main one has SSG 50% chance of winning. The vertical, the shorts version is that misses up high and he walks him. The top of the vertical chats, the shorts style version, as Samsung winning at 57%. So even though SSG is up and they're home, more people think that Samsung is going to win. All right, so Jo Hyung-woo. Time for a sacrifice bunt, ladies and gentlemen. He sacrificed in his last at-bats. Reached on an error in his first. 0 for 1 on the day. Hitting a 0 in these playoffs. Again, talked about it earlier. Look at when you see the crowd, look just look at the crowd and see how many females are at these games. Another bunt of first. Oh, he doesn't go to second. A big misstep by the pitcher. He had him over at second base, but he goes to first. He could have easily thrown him out over at second base. It was way too hard hit on the bunt. I've talked about this. I talked about it. If you are follow Yagu Chingu, it's the kind of the Korean updates. If you follow them, you would have seen that I talked about this. The KBO, when they grab the bats, I do have. So grab one of these bats, as we've got ourselves a pitching change. So when the KBO, when they bunt, okay, or at a nice little Hanwha Eagles bats, so anybody who's ever grown up playing baseball in the KB in the US, you know that you're taught to hold the bat like this with your fingers behind the bat. Yeah. So you're taught to hold the bat and then you kind of bunt like this. But the KBO grabs it like this and they kind of like almost like punch at it instead of like dropping it down. And what that does is it causes all these problems for the KBO, where when they bunt it too hard or they pop it up. A lot of times, if you're watching games, you'll see them pop up the ball all the time. And that's because they grip and it's basically like, they have their regular hand like this, but they just slide their hand up with it cupped around still. And they end up bunting it so hard that, well, they do a lot of pop outs and stuff like that. So that was another instance where he ended up bunting it way too hard. This is a very interesting move here by Samsung. They bring in their closer in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bringing in the closer, the bottom of the 7th inning. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Pak Sung Han 0 for 3 on the day. A fly out to center, a single, or a 1-3 ground out, and a ground out to the first baseman. Hitting 143 on the season. That sets up way outside, way outside on that pitch, and it's 1-1. Again, Kim Jae-yoon is normally the closer. I'm just really not sure what's the reason for this. Yeah, and it's not a righty matchup either, as that's filed away. Aredia is on deck. I mean, you have two right-handers coming up next, Aredia and Che Jung. But I mean, maybe they think that this is the points of the game. This is the save situation. But KBO managers, again, they're very traditional. They don't ever think outside the box. It's like they read as that's a swing and a miss way up high in the zone. It's 2 away. It's like they read a coaching manual, and that wouldn't be surprising, Hayden, as bad as the KBO managers are at ruining arms. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like they read a manual on how to coach and they've never thought about changing anything. That's why they still bunt. Again, you had a bunt here to move the runner over to seconds, and then what do? Well, he's still sitting at second because your leadoff hitter just struck out. Last time he grounded out, moved him over to third. But so again, if you're watching, look at the ratio. So many female fans at these games now, and that's what's drawn the interest. Or is that's a Heredia swinging and missing at a pitch in the other batter's box. That is why the KBO, your attendance is spiked so much. It's the 20 somethings, 20 something females specifically that is driven the spike in attendance. All right, the 0-1 to Heredia. We can't even see the pitch. What is this camera angle? We're just like literally watching Heredia, and he's like, and we don't even know where the pitch was. No idea where the pitch was. None at all. Pokemon! Pocket Monster! As the 1-1 misses low, 2-1. Pokemon. Pokemon is awesome. I think that's what that translates to. All right, the 2-1 pitch. Heredia, RBI single in his last at bats, put him up 3-2 as he fouls away another pitch way off the plate. He's thrown Kim Jae-yoon has thrown 4 pitches in this at bat, and they've all been balls. But it's 2-2 because Heredia is swinging at pitches nowhere near the zone. Doing his best, Vladimir Guerrero, trying to be the best hitter of bad pitches. All right, a 2-2 pitch. And he pops that one sky high. Diaz and Kang Min Ho both over there. And that's is another reason why you don't bunt. That will be it for the 7th. We'll go to the 8th. It's 3-2. SSG. And another bunt that goes wasted. Samsung, 2 for 10 with runners on base, 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. That was the 2 RBIs that they had. Then SSG, 2 for 11 with runners on base and 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Guess what? That was the 2 RBIs that they had outside of the Go Myung-jun solo shots. Kim Sung-yoon will still be up in the top of the 8th inning as, again, Hong Hyun-bin was caught stealing while he was up, so he will end up staying up there. No Kyung-in will be done. Kim Min will come in to pitch for SSG. Getting in, you have Kim Min in the 8th inning, and then Jo Byung-woo in the 9th inning if SSG is able to hold on. I do. I don't play. I have MLB The Show. I don't know what year I have, but I have one of them. I just don't play it. But I play the game I play the most now is called The Long Dark. I also dabble in some Warzone. So I played Warzone plenty of times. I don't buy Call of Duty or Modern Warfare or Black Ops or any of those, as that's misses outside. Just the free version. Kim Min out of the mound, 70 games, 63 points at 2 innings, 22 holds. Hayden, what do you play? As the 1-0 in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. I assume you play if you're asking me that. And another 1-2 pitch. Misses low. 2-1. No, I did not, Steve. I never got into Battlefield. That is ground ball. Second baseman grabs it. Quick throw over to first, and one away. I think I tried to play Battlefield once or twice, but all my friends that I went to college with, that we all played uh, Call of Duty together. Uh, we played Call of Duty, so we never played Battlefield. So my feeling is you're either a Battlefield player or you're a Call of Duty player. You don't do both. As Gujauk looks at it's ball one way outside. Are you a console person or are you a PC gamer? Is the 1-0 pitch to as that's in there for a strike. PS side, yeah, I'm an Xbox One. With the screen still sharing, as the 1-1 back to the pitcher, grabs it, underhand toss, and two away. Why are they doing Zoom classes? Some of my students found my YouTube channel, as that is a pitch ball to the dirt or to the backstop, and I want to know to Diaz. Diaz again comes through when it needed. He is responsible for the 2 RBIs for Samsung, 1 for 3 on the day, a 2 RBI single back in the fourth inning. Outside of that, he led off the second and the sixth with a strikeout and a fly ball, as that's going to be a little ground ball out in front of the plates. And that's a 2-3 putouts. 1-2-3 go. The Samsung Lions in the eighth. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth. It's 3-2 SSG. That was very uneventful. To change that. That chat looks a little off, but oh well. Yeah. I haven't played Warzone in years, Hayden. Actually, I don't want to say years. I haven't played it in a while. Because yeah, it was getting to the point where you'd be like, there's no way that person could possibly be hitting me there. Like, so I started doing the Long Dark. It's like a survival game. It's been around for like 10 years or so. It's a one-player solo game, but they are supposed to be bringing out a co-op version in the start of next year. Were they yelling at him like, turn around, behind you? Or were they yelling at him? What were they yelling at him? Like, I don't know about you, but anytime I've ever done Zoom classes, as soon as I'm like, okay, class is over, suddenly all the kids were gone. It is not the ninth inning, guys. Let me fix that. It must have hung up. There we go. Welcome back, Kiwi. All right, the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Kim Jae-yoon is still out there. 1 for 2 on the day, but 1 for 4 on the series, and that's a big swing and a miss. 0-1. RBI single back in the third inning, a walk and a strikeout. I do not. I didn't teach on Zoom. I didn't do any Zoom teaching as the 0-1 is in there for a strike. 0-2. I was we had 3 weeks off where we didn't teach. And then one was the week at the end of the 2019-2020 class or semester year or whatever, and then the first 2 weeks of 2020's 2020 to 2021's school year. And the 0-2 is about 45 feet in the dirts, and it's 1-2. Yeah, and then so then I taught in class. I taught in class. All right, the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws over, and 1 away. I was about to hit the button for the music, but I don't need to as he is now out. Brings up Han Yu Sum, trying to avoid the old golden sombrero. As Kim Jae-yoon is done, they'll bring in the left-handed pitcher now. We'll have a new pitcher coming in to face Han Yu Sum, the lefty. So it gets a lefty-lefty matchup. But Go Myung Jun is a righty, and Chae Ji-hoon is a lefty. So SSG did a good job with the back and forth. Wow. Was that had to be a Korean though, right? It had to be a Korean teacher, a Korean math professor. That's why I didn't hear about it. You know, if it was a foreign math professor, it would have been everywhere. But the fact that it was a Korean math professor, you know, it's not really talked about. All right, Bae Chang Sung out on the mound now for Samsung. Oh, again, Bae Chang Sung, the third pick in last year's draft, a hard throwing lefty. 65 games, 50.2 innings, 2 wins, 3 losses, 19 holds, a 3.91 ERA. Does struggle with some command. 57 strikeouts, 34 walks. So 19 years old. Throws a 151.7, 152 fastball average. And the first pitch to Han Yu Sum is right down the middle, 154. Han Yu Sum struck out looking in the second inning, struck out swinging in the third, struck out looking in the fifth. That's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-2. But Steve, you live in Gwangju or that area, so everything's north to you. All right, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss in the golden sombrero. Second time in a row, second straight game that the old DH for SSG gets a golden sombrero. Yesterday or Thursday was Yu Hyo Sung getting the golden sombrero. Today, Han Yu Sum getting the golden sombrero. SSG's DHs in these 2 games are 0 for 8 with 8 strikeouts. Good Lord. Go Myung Jun looks at strike 1. Yeah, it's 0-1. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Sets up right down the middle. And it is right down the middle. Here we go. 0-2 pitch sets up down at the knees on the inside. A swing and a miss. 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 outs. We go to the 9th inning. 3-2 SSG. Big time pitching. 6 pitches, 6 outs, or 6 strikes. 1-2-3 and a 1-2-3. That kid is 19 years old, ladies and gentlemen. 19. Second or third pick in last year's draft. So Samsung will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up as they look to try to get something. I imagine that Jo Byung-woo will come out, or Jo Byung-hyun will come out and pitch for SSG. He is their closer. So Kim Min did only throw 9 pitches, but I have to imagine they're going to go with the hard throwing young guy to face the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Nothing has been announced yet. 9 pitches to get 1 out. I'm sorry, 1 full inning. Still nothing. Surprising. All right, are we back? Is Kim Min going to close this game out? Yeah, it's the top of the 9th inning. Samsung's got to at least put 1 on the board before they get 3 outs. All right, there we go. Otaegon takes over at first. Kim Ji-chan will pinch hit for Kim Young-un. And Jo Byung-hyun will take over on the mound. So Jo Byung-hyun takes over on the mound. Over at first is Otaegon. And Kim Ji-chan will pinch hit for Kim Young-un. First pitch is up high, ball 1. Kim Ji-chan, again, lefty, but plenty of speed. Kim Young-un is a big strikeout guy, and that's his outside. 2-0. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Sets up right down the middle. Misses inside. 3-0. Jo Byung-hyun, another young closer. This league is littered with young closers. He is 23 years old. Took over as a closer last year. That's right down the middle. 3-1. And Kim Ji-chan had nothing to do with that, since he was not even standing in the box by the time the ball came in. Here we go, the 3-1 pitch. And he might have hit him, but it's a ball nonetheless. And that will put the tying run on first base. And he has a ton of speed, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the matchup, really. You've got a guy behind the plates who throws a lot of guys out, and you've got a guy on the first base who steals a lot of bases. Kim Hun-gon steps in. Nope. Yang Do-gun will pinch hit. Again, going with lefties here. Oh, this would put if they are able to score a run here, and we're gonna bunt. Very awesome, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna bunt here. Yang Do-gun would take over at second. Yuji Huck would move over to third, and then Kim Ji Chan would go to center. Kim Sung Yoon over to right. Hong Hyun Bin over to left. Throws over to check on Kim Ji Chan. But first, Samsung's got to score a run. And another check over. Not particularly close. And fake stats. Time is called. Oh, Yang Do-gun, another young guy. Again, this league has gotten a lot younger. Yang Do-gun, 22 is that's up and in. Did he pull the bat back in time? He did. 1-0. Walked to Kim Ji Chan. The only pitch he threw in the strike zone was a 3-0 get me over fastball. So the pitching coach comes out and has a little chitty chats with the old young closer. What's up, Mary Kate? Long time no see, ma'am. Or sir. With him or her or they or whichever you prefer. Joe Byung-hyun. I know you're hoping for a Hanwha LG. Again, look at how he grabs the bat, wraps his fingers all the way around it. And that is a strike down the middle, but the catcher drops it. And it's 1-1. All right, 1-1 pitch just sets up right down the middle. And he bunts it up high, go to second. What are you doing, pitcher? He turned to second and easily had him at second base, then stops, turns back around, throws to first base. One away, but man, what an awful play by the freaking pitcher. He easily had him at second base. Now you've got a ton of speed over at second base. Wow. What an awful play. Will it come back to hurt him? Kang Min-ho steps in, misses up high, ball one. Pitcher had an easy throw over at second base. The shortstop was waiting on the bag for the throw. Wow. The 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a easily drops in, and that's going to score a run because the pitcher, wow. An RBI single because the pitcher just pooped all over himself with that play. Wow. Kang Min-ho comes up with his first hit of the playoffs, and it's a big one as ties it up at 3. A check swing RBI single that drops in. It should be runners on first and third, but the pitcher just cost his team the game. Wow. 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 A huge screw up by the closer. Now he's going to sit here and try to overthrow it as that's way up high, ball one. Absolute bonehead play by the pitcher to not go to second to get the lead runner. And it is huge. That's fouled away, 1-1. Wow, that would replay all night long on every single sports channel in the US, highlighting how bad of a decision that was. 1-1 pitch now. Misses up high, 2-1. Kang Min Ho, not a lot of speed over at first base. I imagine that if they walk him, they're going to have to end up putting somebody on the base pass for him. As the 2-2 pitch almost hits him. 3-1. If Kang Min Ho goes to second base, they've got to pinch run for him. As far as who do they have left to pinch run? Nobody. They've got two catchers, Pak Byung Ho, who is slower than Kang Min Ho, and Jun Byung Woo, who maybe could run. As the 3-1 walks him. That brings up the number 9 hitter, Hong Hyun Bin. First hit is a massive one. Won Tae-in is smacking the heck out of Kim Ji-chan's head. Runner over at seconds is still Kang Min Ho. Stepping in is Hong Hyun Bin and getting his first at-bat of the day, of the series. 125 on the season as the pitcher just continues to try to overthrow that one way, way up high, 1-0. Hong Hyun Bin has some good speed, so he's tough to double up. A swing and a miss there. Ball 2, 1-1. Biggest at bat of the day right now. Runners on first and second, 1 out. So you've got to at least ground out to move them over or something. Again, Kang Min Ho, not a lot of speed over at second base. That's a strike right down the middle, and it's 1-2. This will flip the lineup back over to EJ Hyun if he's able to get out of this at bats without grounding into a double play. Another 1-2 pitch sets up right down the middle. That catches him looking at the bottom of the zone. And that is the massive strikeouts. Flips the lineup back over. But now with 2 away. Good Lord. That's lack of play with throwing to first, throwing to second base. Might have even doubled him up. And that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. 0-1. EJ Hyun, 1 for 4 today. Single and run scored back in the fourth, a strikeout in the first, a flyout to right in the ninth, and a flyout to center in the seventh. 286 in these playoffs. And that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. 151, a high fastball, catching a half a ball up there at the top of the zone. As now you've got to two strikes, runners on first and second, top of the ninth, two outs. This is a huge, huge at bat. Sets up on the outside, misses way up, and it's 1-2. Two for six in his career against Jo Byung Hyun. I guess that's what that. I don't read Hanja. And here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He strikes out two to keep the game in check. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's 3-3. Big time pitching after a big mental error. Wow. Again, they've got 3 hits with runners on base. Man. That makes sense. I've got 2 hits with runners in scoring position. All 3 runs have come from that. SSG will have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. And the question is, who's going to come in and pitch for Samsung? Again, they already used their closer. Are they going to keep Bae-Chang Sung out there? He only threw 6 pitches, but all of them were strikes. He is going to face Che Ji-hoon. Che Ji-hoon is a guy that is a left-hander, so maybe they keep him out there to face him. 11. Although, David, I'm not entirely sure. Up until this season, it was 12. Ooh, Gerardo out on the mound, ladies and gentlemen. Gerardo. Bringing in Gerardo. This is straight out of some MLB managing here, ladies and gentlemen. Gerardo pitched in the first game, did not pitch well. I ended up taking the loss in the first game, the wild card game. This would be like his bullpen. Again, they don't play tomorrow, so they'll play on Monday. This would be kind of like his bullpen. It could also be where they put Juan Tayin pitches on Monday and Gerardo on Tuesday. But yeah, so normally it's during the regular season, it was 11. As that misses up and in, ball 1-0. Che Ji-hoon, 1 for 3 today. And that's grounded foul, 1-1. Gerardo out on the mound. Now, this is not anybody I was expecting. They did use Garabito in the wild card first game but that was kind of expected since he wasn't going to pitch. As that misses inside at 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch that's fouled away, 2-2. I am shocked. And pops that one up. Right fielder is going to take it and 1 away. Oh, Yang Do-gun at second, Kim Ji-chan at first, Hong Hyun-bin over at third. Exactly what I said it would be if they were able to tie it up. They were. Well, let me get all that to change for you guys, as that's going to be fouled into the ground. And it's 0-1. No, into center field, Yang Do-gun over to second. And that is turned on and going, walk off, home run, goodbye baseball. That is an SSG victory. First hit of the postseason, and it's a huge one. Big time. I didn't even get to update everything, but I'll do it while the lights go flishy flashy, flishy flashy. Wow. Wow. Brought in Hirado. And he gives up the walk-off homer. Glad you got to watch that, Stefan. That was massive. Again, they brought in the closer in the 7th inning. They brought in the closer in the 7th inning. And I questioned it, ladies and gentlemen. I questioned it. And then they bring in a starter, Hirata, who did not pitch well in the first game. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. That was a finish, ladies and gentlemen. So starting at the game, the big thing is obviously Park Sang-wook is going to get the the player of the game. There's zero questions about that. But we should start with the start, or start with the start. So that makes sense, right? So the big thing is a very good starting from Kim Gun-woo. Kim Gun-woo again strikes out the side in the first inning, strikes out the side in the second inning, and then strikes out one in the third inning. 7 strikeouts in 3+ innings. The reason why 3.1 innings actually, because in the 4th inning, they were able to get to him. EJ Hyun with a single moved. Then he was thrown out. Kim Sung-yoon on the ground out to 4-6 ground out. Then Gu Ja-uk with a double to put runners at second and third. Diaz comes up with a 2 RBI single to tie the game at 2 at that point. It was tied at 2 because, well, then you had another home run from Go Myung-jun. Go Myung-jun with a solo shot in the second inning. Then they added another one on the air by EJ Hyun to make it to 2-0 at the time. Then Samsung with that big 4th inning where they scored 2. Then in the 5th inning, they were able to manufacture another run. You had a leadoff, a bunt that we didn't even get to see. Then a single by Heredia that was able to score after the bunt, and then a ground out to the first baseman moved him over to third, easily scores. And that, ladies and gentlemen, made it 3-2. And then in the 9th inning, a huge mistake by the closer. And I'm going to talk about it again. You had a leadoff walk to Kim Ji-chan. Then Yang Do-gun drops down a bunt. It's a hard bunt back to the pitcher. The pitcher picks it up, looks at second base. Kim Ji-chan is not even a third of, is I want to say about 2/3 of the way to base. He has an easy throw to second to get the lead runner. And then if he gets the lead runner, then you have a runner on first. Kang Min-ho is able to hit a single A check swing single drops into right field, would have put Yondo Gun over at third, first and third. And then a walk to Yuji Hyuk would have loaded the bases, a strikeout and a strikeout. It wouldn't have mattered. It would have been a 3-2 game. SSG would have won. But the Kang Min Ho single scored Kim Ji Chan again. Kim Ji Chan is one of the fastest players in the league. Scores easily from second base to tie the game at 3. Then they have, again, you have Kang Min Ho over at second, Yuji Hyuk at first after he walks, but a strikeout looking from Hong Hyun Bin, and then a strikeout from EJ Hyun left 2 more on base. That was 8 left on base for Samsung. Then in the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th, you bring in Harado, and I talked about it again. Kim Jae Yoon came in as the closer. He came in the 7th inning. He came in the 7th inning with 1 out and the top of the lineup that wasn't really hitting very well anyway. A very, very questionable decision by the Samsung manager to bring him in. And I'm not saying this afterwards. I talked about it live during the game, how I was very questioning how the KBO really factors in very traditional thinking. Yeah, I don't understand if they were facing the 2, 3, 4 hitters, if they were facing Heredia and Che Jung, I wouldn't have questioned it then. But it was to face the 1-2, which was Pak Sung Han and Heredia. I questioned it then, and they ended up keeping him in to face Che Jung, but SSG was very good with their starting lineup, not going heavy lefty, righty, lefty to make it so that the Samsung had to go to their bullpen and use a lot. Garabito's great start, his quality start, second quality start in a row for Samsung's starters. I'm actually surprised that he didn't come out in the 7th, and I think that was the first mistake from Samsung's pitcher. Samsung's management. 88 pitches through the 6th inning. He was going to come in and face the 8, 9, 1 hitters. I really think that they should have brought Garabito back out in the 7th inning, at least for the 8, 9 hitters. If he gets them both out, no problem, not an issue at all. Then this shouldn't have. It should have easily been a decision to keep Garabito out there at 88 pitches to come in. He was cruising. He 88 pitches through 6 innings. You have a chance to bring him out into the 7th, where he can easily pitch. If somebody gets on, then you bring in somebody. Very questionable coaching decision there. Then again, the questionable decision to bring in Kim Jae Yoon in the 7th inning. That's their closer. Why they bring him in the 7th inning? To not face the middle of the order, the heart of the order. Then again, Harado, who did not pitch well in the first game of the wild card, he ended up taking the loss, giving up 4 runs. Comes in to face the 6, 7, 8 hitters, gets Che Ji-hoon to fly out, but then a very, very unexpected Kim Sung-wook gets the walk-off. He's 0 for 3 on the day, flew out to left, a strikeout, flew out to right, hitting 195 on the season. Against Samsung, he was 0 for 8. So at that point, he was 0 for 11 against Samsung on the season. Against righties, he's hitting 136 with 0 home runs. Again, he's a guy that's not known. He's got a career 236 average, but nothing was bigger than the hits he just had today with the walk-off victory for SSG. What that means is they will definitely play a game 4. They will play game 3 and game 4 in Daegu. Since the rain out yesterday, it pushed it back. That's why we're streaming today. Tomorrow will be a day off, a travel day. They've got to do 100 kilometers or whatever. Yeah, fantastic. I love the fact that it's going deeper. Now, the thing is they will play in Daegu. Samsung's offense is usually much better in Daegu, but their offense has not been good at all in any of these 4 games. As far as the series now, you have to realize that neither team used their 1-2 starters because Samsung had to use their 1 and 2 starters in the series against NC. They haven't used them yet. SSG did use their number 2 starter on Monday, but or sorry, on Thursday, but they have Kim Kyung-hun, who's a lefty. And again, Samsung has really struggled against lefties, at least lefty starters. And then, just a sec, needed a cough there. Didn't think you guys wanted to hear it. So they should have Anderson and Kim Kyung-hyun. Now, the other thing is Samsung used Arado out of the bullpen today. Does he start game 3? I would think so. It's been a week. I would think he would be okay. But anyway, since it's going to 4 games, they can have Kim Kwon-hyun start on Monday and then have Anderson start on Tuesday. But again, very, very important. I'm going to show you something that is going to play a huge, huge role, and that is just a sec. The forecast for Monday is calling for rain. So this could end up getting pushed back even more. They may try to play it, but after Tuesday, it's Tuesday and Wednesday should be a little bit better. So it's very possible that they don't even play Monday, and then they would play Tuesday, Wednesday, another. If they go to the 5 games, a day off Thursday, and then closing out the series back in SSG on Friday. So there is no stream tomorrow because again they moved the games back. So they will be back on Monday. They will be in Daegu. I do not know the starters. I'm going to guess it's Won Tae-in. And is SSG, they could start Kim Kwon-hyun. They could start Anderson. I don't know who they're going to start. Obviously, they want Anderson to pitch quicker so that he would be able to pitch more against Hanwha if he was able to pitch, especially since Anderson is, again, one of the best pitchers in the league. Big, huge game, a big, great start from Kim Gun-woo. Not something that anybody was probably expecting. 7 strikeouts in 3.1 innings, but that will be it for me. I will see you guys next weekend. Okay, again, I can't stream during the week because of work, so I will see you guys next weekend. I don't know what day it will be. It all depends on if the game goes 5. If the game ends in 4, or the series ends in 4, it would be a Saturday, Sunday, I believe. If it doesn't end on Sunday, like again, I don't really know what day, but I'll either stream Saturday or Sunday next weekend, or Saturday and Sunday if there's games both days. So thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I will see you guys on the weekend. And as always, until next time.